What's going on YouTube? Kamikazevondoom here with another Division 2 video, and I'm just checking in on you. How you doing? What's going on? Now today is October 17th, and this is going to be your weekly vendor reset and must-buys. So sit back, relax, grab that popcorn, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know what you think in the comment section below. But we are going to start off here in Washington, D.C., and then we will finish up in New York City. Our first vendor is going to be the Base of Ops vendor. Now, I am going to be doing this in a new format, so please let me know in the comments if you like this new format where I'm just going to jump straight into what I think you should look at and buy for each of these vendors. So again, let me know what you think of this new format, and here we go. And starting off here at the Base of Ops, the only two items I would say to take a look at, first up is the safety distance. Now this is the named SIG MPX with Perfect Outsider, and this one does come with max SMG damage. So what I would say is just recalibrate that reload speed off for either damage to targets at a cover or damage to armor, and you are good to go on this named SMG. The other one I wanted to have you take a look at is the Companion Backpack with Badger Tough. All you would have to do is recalibrate the weapon handling off for either, say, crit chance, crit damage, what have you. And then you could throw this on a shotgun build with, say, double Companion and do a lot of damage. All right, so that is it for your Base of Ops vendor. And here we are at the Countdown vendor, your three named items. You have the Mop, which gives you that armor on kill with Sadist. You have Forged, the named Richter and Kaiser holster with that shield health. And then finally, the Grudge, the named Banshee SMG with Perfect Vindictive. Now, out of these three items, I would highly recommend take a look at the Grudge. Nowadays, with everyone using status effects, this is a great SMG to use. Just proc the Perfect Vindictive, and then you could switch your weapons back and enjoy that crit chance and crit damage buff from the Perfect Vindictive talent. Now, what I would say is just recalibrate the accuracy off for either, say, damage targets at a cover or damage to armor, and then optimize that SMG damage, and you are good to go. And that is it for your Countdown vendor. Now, jumping over here to the clan vendor, remember, shout out to the DoD Disciples of Doom. We are on all platforms, Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. You can add me on Ubisoft Connect, PlayStation, or Xbox. Send me a message, hit me up on Discord, what have you. We have tabs in my Discord server where if you want to join the clan, you can just put your name in, and then I'll send invites and let you know whenever the invites are sent through those Discord tabs, or just DM me and we'll go from there. But again, DoD Disciples of Doom, and yes, we will be on Division Resurgence and Heartland. All right, so as far as the clan vendor, there's only a few items I would say take a look at. The first one being the White Death. Now, this one comes with damage to targets at a cover, and if you know me, you know I love that talent, and it has decent marksman rifle damage. So what I would say is just recalibrate this talent Lucky Shot off for whatever other talent you want. And then that way you can utilize that damage to targets at a cover, and you could switch the talent to whatever it is you want to use with this marksman rifle. Next one, the Cavalier knee pads aren't bad. I know a lot of people are trying out that Cavalier gear set, and this one has decent armor for that core attribute. It also comes with armor regen. You could easily just switch that off for hazard and help out your teammates. Or if you're trying to, do something solo, this could be pretty cool to use with armor regen. And I think that is it for the clan vendor. Yeah, everything else was pretty much meh. I mean, look at this, a whole bunch of 511 gear, some Empress no one's going to use, things like that. So that's it for the clan vendor. Let's keep going. And here we go with the campus vendor. So campus settlement, boom. Now, the first item I would say take a look at is right here, the Dare. This is the named LMG with perfect flatline, and it already has damage to armor with that damage targets at a cover. So you could easily just max out that LMG damage and then later optimize the damage targets at a cover and the damage to armor. But it is a fun LMG to use. If you have not yet tried this one out, please do so. It's available here at the campus settlement. Next, we have the Big Show. This is another named LMG, this time with Perfect Thunderstrike. Now, it does come with crit chance, but you can easily just recalibrate that off for, say, damage to armor, and you are good to go. And then the last item is here, the Heligard Mask. Now, what I would say do with this mask is recalibrate the explosive resistance off for, say, crit chance. And then you could utilize that armor core with the total armor brand set bonus, and then do like a double crit, like tank DPS hybrid type of build. But all right, that is it for the campus. Let's start hitting up these Dark Zone vendors. All right, now before we hit up these Dark Zone vendors, I want to remind you that these Dark Zone vendors will only take DZ resources for currency. So to check out your DZ resources, go to your inventory, toggle over to your resources tab, and just above your keys will be your Dark Zone resources. So you can see right here, I'm at 110 out of 999. So if I need any Dark Zone resources to purchase items from these DZ vendors, I would have to go back into the Dark Zone and either pick up DZ resources out of those little blue boxes, or I would have to deconstruct contaminated items, make them DZ resources, and then extract them to put them in my inventory. But all right, that's your little spiel on Dark Zone resources. Now, must buys from DZ West, it was pretty bad. Not gonna lie here, but there are some Y'all Gear knee pads with crit chance. So if you're looking for Y'all Gear knee pads and you want to do like say double crit, you could pick these up right now. Just recalibrate the status effects off for say crit hit damage, and then boom, you have your double crit Y'all knee pads right here. And remember, if you wear 3 pieces of Y'all Gear, you get that pulse resistance. Just put on 1 pulse resistance mod and you will be completely pulse resistant to any of those builds, whether they be spotter, flatline, what have you. But all right, right here, Y'all Gear knee pads DZ West. It's the only thing I really want you to look at here. Let's move on. And coming up here to DZ South, we have a few things to take a look at here. First one being the Manic. This is the named AK with perfect overflowing. Now this one does come with armor damage. So all you would have to do is pick this one up and max out that assault rifle damage, and you could utilize this right now. Next thing I wanted everyone to take a look at is this Vector. We have a Vector 45 ACP with armor damage. Now this one does come with that long underbarrel rail attachment, so you could easily just put the linked laser pointer on here from the Technician Specialization, and then just recalibrate Optimist off for say flatline, and then you could have amplified damage to go with that armor damage on your Vector 45 ACP. Both of these weapons are very good. I'm not a huge fan of the Manic, however, this Vector is really good. Another thing, this AKM, damage to targets out of cover and strained. To a lot of people, this is like godly for an AKM. Because of the low RPM, strained is a perfect talent for this weapon, and having it with damage to targets out of cover, you couldn't really ask for more. All you would have to do is pick this one up and max out that assault rifle damage, and you could utilize this right now. This is a very, very strong weapon to use. I mean, just look at that 149k total damage, and that's only at 10% AR, and that's with no expertise. I mean, you could get that AK to hit ridiculously hard. In fact, I might actually pick up one of those here in a second. We'll see. As far as anything else, I'm going to say no. So for DZ South, check out the Manic, the Vector 45 ACP, and the AKM. All right, let's move on. Holy moly, you know you're at the castle settlement when you hear this loud music just bumping everywhere. It sounds like they put in a brand new, like, 71-point surround sound system at the castle. It is ridiculous. Anyways, castle settlement vendor, there are a few items I want you to take a look at here. The first one being the Dare LMG again. This one again with armor damage. It's pretty much the exact same one from the campus, so if you didn't like that one, you could come over here and pick this one up from the castle. The next item I want you to take a look at is this Badger Tough mask. Now, this mask comes with crit chance and skill damage. However, that is a pretty high armor roll for that core attribute. So you could easily just pick this one up, recalibrate that skill damage off for crit damage, and you could have a double crit Badger Tough mask right here, right now. And that is it for the castle. Let's go ahead and jump over. Look, and now it's deadly silent here. It's crazy how the music goes from like, they ramp it up to like 12, and then as soon as like you're over it, they put it down to 0 and just mute it. Anyways, let's move on to the next. And here we are at the last Dark Zone vendor. This is DZ East. Now, the only thing here is the White Death, and it's really not that great of a White Death. There's a better one over there at the Countdown vendor. And in fact, everything here at DZ East is pretty bad. There's not one item here that I would recommend. So let's go ahead and just finish up with the theater. I'm not even going to edit that part because that's such a small little like 10-second clip. Hey guys, we're at DZ East, and guess what? There's nothing. So let's just go ahead and finish up DC right here at the theater. And I have never been here yet today, so let me just double check. Okay. All right. Okay. So must-buys, things to look at from the theater. The classic M1A is not bad. It does have flatline on it, and remember the classic M1A does have that long underbarrel rail attachment as well, so you could easily just put this with the technician specialization and equip the linked laser pointer to utilize this amplified damage. But you could easily just recalibrate that health damage off for either damage targets at a cover, damage to armor, something like that. And yeah, the classic M1A, even after the nerf that it had a couple years ago, it still hits like a Mack truck, so you could easily pick this one up right now. And just a notable, like, honorable mention type of deal, the stage left, this is not a good weapon, nor is it something you should pick up right now. However, I will say that if you do not have this fully proficient, all it takes is 20 duplicates of a weapon to max it out for expertise. So if you do not have this weapon at fully proficient, go ahead and buy some of the duplicates and just donate them. That way you never really have to use this weapon, and you could have it fully maxed out for your expertise level. All right. Always a pleasure. And that is it for Washington, D.C. Let's jump over to New York City. There are only 2 vendors left. We have Marco, and then we have Roy Benitez. Here we go. And first up, we have Marco. And Marco actually has one item I want you to take a look at. And if we scroll down here, right here, the Sokolov Concern Mask. Now, this comes with crit chance and headshot, which is pretty nice. However, for a SMG build, I would highly recommend just recalibrate that headshot damage off for crit hit damage. And then you could have a double crit Sokolov Concern Mask right here, right now. So pick it up from Marco. And yeah, that is it for this vendor. Now we only have one more vendor left, and that is Roy Benitez. And yeah, but first, you gotta pet the dog, all right? There are multiple interactions you can do with this dog. The first one will forever be the same, you just petting the dog. However, that second interaction is random, so let's see what the dog does this week. Here we go. Maybe he'll do a roll. Let's see, I'm going to say roll. All right, go. Oh, he just sat there. He's going to do his paw. Aw, there you go, buddy. Aw, that was cute. Okay, Roy Benitez, this is your last vendor of the video. Let me scroll through really quick. Okay, so there are going to be 2 items that I highly recommend you take a look at here at Roy Benitez. The first one being this Araldi Holdings backpack. This thing is pretty damn legit. I'm not going to lie, this is a really good backpack. Take a look at this. So remember that Araldi Holdings that gives you the marksman rifle, headshot, and armor damage. Now this one also comes with Vigilance, which is highly sought after for this brand set bonus, and it has headshot damage, which is amazing. What I would say is you could either switch off the crit hit damage for crit chance and go crit chance headshot, or you could take off the headshot and go crit chance and go double crit. Either way, this is a great backpack. Highly recommend you take a look at it. And the other item right here, Douglas and Harding knee pads. Now this one comes with max weapon damage for the core and a decent crit damage roll of 11%. So all you would have to do is recalibrate that skill haste off for crit chance, and you could have Douglas and Harding with double crit and 2 of the 3 being max. I mean, that's pretty damn good. All right, so that's it for Roy Benitez, and that's it for the weekly vendor reset and must buys. And that is for today, October 17th. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you found this video helpful or informative in any way, shape, or form, please hit that thumbs up. Support the channel by subscribing. I'm Kamikazevondoom. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. See you later. Peace out.